My name is David Hopper. It's October 18th, 2022. I say that at the beginning of each of my recordings because they get outdated pretty fast. I want to mention that we're in a staff meeting for the Family History Center in Midvale, and the notes for this class and the copy of these videos will be in your email, or you will be sent later a link to go into these emails. Okay? Now we're going to cover tonight, the first thing we're going to cover is the wiki. Let me just quickly show you what the handouts are going to be. The Research Wiki handout is going to look like this. And I think the bottom part of it is a little bit different, but those of you who might have picked up a few of them at the back, it will look like this. But anyway, it will cover what's in the wiki, what it looks like, a couple of useful links for you, which is why I sent them on email, because otherwise you have to type this thing out without making a mistake. Does that make sense? Okay.
And I get cross-eyed.
First, we're going to talk about what is a wiki. I have in my hand a research outline for which I paid 50 cents in 1997. Okay, these have been updated probably a dozen times or more since. This one happens to be for Arkansas, and it tells me what records are in the Family History Library, some of the things about the census, some of the things about immigration, and some periodicals that are available. This is now all available on the wiki. I don't have to worry about this being outdated. I still have it just to show to this class.
Plus the wiki gets updated constantly.
The wiki gets updated all the time. So a wiki means quick in Hawaiian. And it was the guy that designed it named it that because he felt like this had a quick method for users to change it. How do you access the Family Wiki? Okay, I'm closing this. Opening Family Search. Got my password. I don't need it on my home computer. Oh, good. Oh, good. To access the wiki, you go to Search, Research Wiki. There you are, you're in it. So that covers how to access the Family Search Wiki. What's in the wiki? The wiki contains genealogy databases and online resources, genealogy strategies and guidance, explanation of genealogy records and their types and their uses, locality pages, and topics pages about genealogy. So, if you didn't get all those written down, they'll be on the handout when you get it. In order to look through the wiki, it's like Barry said, this is editable by users. In order to edit this, you have to first register as an editor. And
Before you can do that, you got to register, period.
before you can do that, you have to register as an editor. Okay, before you can edit it. If you have any questions on how to do that, my email address and phone number are at the bottom. Okay, so if I wanted to look up, for instance, I have an example to look up here. I'm going to look up, first of all, you go here to search for a location. You can either do it by clicking on the location here and then moving down, or you can just put like Arizona right here. That's quicker if you type Arizona, if you can type. Arizona, United States genealogy. Missed it. Missed it by that much. Okay, when I go to Arizona, if I'm going to look for example, my mother was born in Arizona. Okay, I want to find birth records, so I go here to say how to find birth records. And each state is a little different. So you want to go to the state that you're concerned about. Arizona, I'm clicking how to find birth records, and it gives the dates of things that changed. Now, my mother was born in 1907. So that's in this range right here from 1855 through 75 years before the present year. So I subtract 75 from 2022, and 1907 is in this range. So I click there, and then here it is. I select that same thing again. Now, all of a sudden, I'm no longer in the wiki. The wiki does not have, let me stress this, the wiki does not have information on individual records. The wiki only directs me to some place that does have that individual record. So now I'm going to just put in my mother's name. If I can get my fingers on the right keys. Not Hopper, because we want her maiden name. Hopper won't be on her birth certificate, will it?
I hope not.
She was born in 1907, and they want two dates here in case you have a range. You have to say that you're not a robot because they don't like robots, okay. And guess what? Depending on your internet search, did I click search already?
Yeah, it says
results
no.
available.
It
What
says
did I
no.
do? Olga Butler. I'm going to put Butler over here. Depending on your internet speed, you'll already have these results. Oh, there she is. Well, look at that, would you? My mother has 2 birth certificates. So I'm going to go to this first one, and there's an image of my mother's birth certificate. What's the first thing that you notice?
Yeah.
My mother was a boy.
Oops.
So, this is her father and mother, this is her birth date, this is actually her birth certificate. Okay? The tricky part is, if we go to this other one, we can see that this is a revised birth certificate created in 1953 when she was 47 years old, 46 years old. When she applied for a passport, they said, you're not an M. So she had to do an amendment to her birth certificate, and that's also listed in here, which is why there are 2 items. Okay, so did you see the process that allows us to get from the wiki into the records which are not in the wiki? I want to encourage you to read records. I have a sample record here that I was going to make a slide of and didn't get to. But this is a birth certificate that I came across when I was indexing, and it was so interesting to me that I made a screenshot of it. What was interesting to me was this young lady who was born in 1961. Down here at the bottom, I encourage you to go to the individual record rather than just the indexed version, because look how interesting this is. She has 6 fingers on both hands, 7 toes on both feet.
Oh, wow.
I just thought that was interesting. So there you go. Go to the individual record. That's my idea. Okay, I'm done with that. Okay, now, in one of your handouts that I emailed you to is this 5-page publication by Family Search, and it explains some things about how to get into the wiki and how to use the wiki. But you'll have that on your thing along with this handout. Tips for using the wiki. Search by location. Don't look for the person's name, because that person's name is not going to be in the wiki. The wiki is going to simply direct you to another thing. Put in as much information as you know. I had one instance where the wiki could have prevented me from wasting a lot of time over a 10-year period when I was looking for an ancestor's marriage record who was married in 1869 in Tennessee. And I went into the wiki after having looked for this marriage record for almost 10 years. I went into the wiki and looked up how to find marriage records in Tennessee, and it told me marriage records weren't kept in Tennessee until 1872, 3 years after she got married. So that could have saved me a lot of time over a 10-year period. So that's another. Don't look by the name. Use the location. Use the links to the databases. Some are fee-based. In the wiki, if it says, if there's a $sign by it, if you click on this link, it's going to ask you to sign up and to make a contribution of some kind. Now, be aware that some of these links may be fee-based, but may be accessible from the Family History Center at no charge to you, and Sydney's going to cover some of that. Remember that the wiki is a work in progress. It changes from day to day, and you could even sign up and register to make some changes if you see some things that need to be changed. One of the links that I sent to you on this handout is a link to a 47-minute video, which I could have just played for tonight, right? Called Family Search Wiki, What It Can Do For You. So I encourage you to go look at that. And the other link is a link to this 5-page handout that was Family Search published. Those will all be in your mailbox by the end of class. Okay. I was going to do that, but time is up. Okay. What you can find on the wiki, major features of the wiki. Okay, I've covered that.